Hello everyone, artist Charles Wolf here, back again for another painting lesson. Today we're going to be painting a piece called Coral Reef 3. This is the third of these type of paintings that I've created. They're a lot of fun to do, not too difficult, a bold, wonderful, modern looking abstract, bright color for your home or office. Very easy, like I said, to create this piece. So excited to share it with you all today. We're going to start with a large 2-inch wash brush. I'm going to be quickly going back and forth between two different colors. I have here some Ultramarine Blue and some Prussian Blue. I'm also going to grab a touch of the liquid white medium. That's the same medium that Bob Ross uses in a lot of his compositions. This is not a Bob Ross piece by any means, but the product is pretty good for thinning your paint out, making it a little lighter, and allowing the whole thing to blend together quite quickly and smoothly. I'm working very fast today. I want to keep the brushwork very fresh and active, and that's part of the dynamic nature of this work. Gotta keep things moving. The more active your brushwork is, the better it's going to look in the end for this composition. A lot of diagonal strokes here, starting from the top right corner and then down towards the center, all the way to the bottom right hand side. Counterchange this blue against some red and yellow later on, but let's start first with this mixture of the Ultramarine Blue and the Prussian Blue and the liquid white. Check out my Etsy store. It's etsy.com/shop/impulsiveartistry. Again, that's etsy.com/shop/impulsiveartistry. I have a number of beautiful pieces available for purchase there. You can check those out and consider supporting my art by buying an original painting from me there. You can also follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Search for Impulsive Artistry, and that's Impulsive Artistry. And I have a Facebook page, a Twitter, and an Instagram for my paintings. Bringing in more of the Prussian Blue here, filling in this top corner as well. Gonna grab a dash more of the liquid white. And just fill in the bottom space through here. And I need to make this bottom section darker because this is an ocean piece. The light is from above. You're looking through the water at this coral reef. So the bottom half of the painting should be much darker than the top because the light is coming from directly above. It's good to have areas of light and areas of dark because it looks like the light is trickling down through the waves, and so there's going to be some variation in that color. And like I said, if you can do this quickly and you keep your brushwork very active, you'll get the best results. A little more Prussian Blue, nice deep blue. It really permeates anywhere you put it, so just be aware that it's a very strong color, bleed into lots of colors around it. That's why I'm counterchanging it with the Ultramarine Blue to slow it down a bit and adding some liquid white as I go, because it's such a strong color that it will take over the whole composition if you're not careful. Okay, here's some more Ultramarine Blue at the top. Want some darker streaks, but they should be a little lighter in value than the Prussian Blue. It's important to break up this white section into more jagged peaks. Take a small bright brush, lay in some Naphthol Crimson, kind of a reddish orange color. Very bright, very bold, looks so beautiful. That very first bit there is going to extend up towards the top as the color is being layered into that blue, automatically darkening, which gives me some automatic shadows. When you first apply it, it's going to be more bold, more muted as the Prussian Blue works its way into the red. More of that Naphthol Crimson, bright color, fantastic. Really feeling like a lot of red today. Keep in mind, we're just doing an impression here. We're not trying to create something that looks photorealistic by any means. Just a quick, sketchy, impressionistic approach to what I think of as a coral reef. You might think it looks like something else. It could just be an abstract. You can interpret it how you will. Continuing to put down more and more of this Naphthol Crimson. I'm working today on a 16 by 20 inch canvas. This canvas was previously used for another piece. I didn't like the result of that, so I covered it with some white gesso. Great thing you can do if you're painting a painting and don't like how it looks. Let it dry completely, and then you can layer gesso over it and start again. Great deal of texture already on this canvas due to the gesso. Bringing in some Alizarin Crimson here. I think Alizarin Crimson is perhaps one of my favorite colors ever. Lovely, rich, deep crimson red. Fantastic color. Great for shadows. As I get farther out with these tendrils, they should become thinner, reaching up into the blue. Grabbing a bit of the Ultramarine Blue and the Liquid White, we're going to sharpen a few of these edges. We'll just toss a little blue in a few spots. Back to my Naphthol Crimson, back to that bright brush. You can see how pointy I'm making these spires. Lots and lots of paint on that brush. Gently blend out. The most important aspect of this style of painting is that you want to be very liberal with the paint. Lots and lots of paint on your brush. Really load the brush. Overload it, actually. You want lots of pure pigmentation sitting right on top of the canvas. Great deal of texture as well. Here is some raw sienna. Really lovely dirty yellow color, mustard yellow. And we're going to fill in a few of the gaps in a few spots here. Moving to the other side of the canvas, here is some more Prussian Blue, 2-inch wash brush, just making a few spots darker. Okay, back to my bright brush. Here is some permanent red, kind of a mid-tone red. This red is definitely less orange, still fairly bright, and it's going to help me pull the raw sienna, Alizarin Crimson, and Naphthol Crimson all together. You sort of unified the reds as a group. You can see all that texture that's there. You can see I'm really glopping on the paint through here. grabbing as much of that red as I can, and blending through. Trying not to destroy the pure bits of color that I have already on the canvas. Some darker ones back here, as more of the blue is blended into the brush. They look farther away, which is a good thing. Gives some more depth to this piece. Keeps it from looking too flat, too two-dimensional. More Prussian Blue. Get rid of some of that white that's poking through. Playing that blue-red against the red really makes the crimson pop. Lots of vertical strokes. Back with the permanent red, very dirty brush, just going to create some subtle, similar shapes, but farther back. Let's take a palette knife and grab some of that lemon yellow, very bright, bold lemon yellow. Lots of paint on the knife. Clean the knife off between each application. To get that effect, all you have to do is a good amount of paint and then very lightly press it against the canvas and pull upwards. Don't apply any pressure. Gently grab and pull upwards. If you want it to be more ground in, you can press harder, but the best effect is if you keep it light. You can go back over a section you've already covered and it will soften it a bit with the other colors on the canvas. But if you want that bright, bold application, then don't do that. Clean the knife off again and a little more of the yellow. That yellow functions as a great counterpart to the Naphthol Crimson. More of the Naphthol Crimson here, filling this in. Back to my permanent red. And here's some more of the Alizarin Crimson, switching to the darker colors at the bottom, less light. It makes sense to keep it more subdued at the bottom. It's important to cover up these touches of white still showing through from the canvas, blend where you need to cover those up. A little more of the Alizarin Crimson. little more permanent red, just filling in the space. Touch more of the Naphthol Crimson. Very light application of that knife onto the canvas. Back into my blue. Just going to fill in any spots that I'm seeing any of the white showing through. Just make a few adjustments really quickly. Here is some lemon yellow, lots of pure color here. Just going to connect in this area. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. And we're basically done.